In this video demonstration, I'm going to show you how to use the fantastic new JND470 tall lantern die. Now, in the lanterns that we've done previously, I've done a small lantern and I've done a large lantern and a stepped one. This is perfect. This is a medium lantern. So it's larger than the small, but smaller than the large one, which means it can be got from one piece of card, but you're going to get a really nice medium lantern. To bring in a sample here, you can see this one here by Leslie is just absolutely beautiful. And you can make really simple graphic boxes with this, and it's a lot wider than the previous small lantern, so it will take gifts really, really nicely. So in this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to put it together. So in the die, there's 3 dies in here, so you're getting the main body of the die, which is in one piece, and it's a large A4 die, and you're getting a simple window in case you want to put a window in, and you're also getting one of the scenes, and this works absolutely perfectly with JND470, which is the Lantern Village scenes, which gives you all the different scenes to make a village, and then gives you some beautiful strip dies as well. And these will also work with the tag box and the tag scene dies. So it's a combination, all 4 will work together or work independently. For this one, we're just going to use this one. So I've got a piece of our coconut white essential card here, and all I'm going to do is to simply tape the die down. As you can see, there's a little bit of room on all sides, so you're not having to be too precise about putting it down, and just running the die through your machine will cut the die and emboss in the lines that you need. So we run that through our die cutting machine, and you will need an A4 die cutting machine, and we'll get a die just like this, or a cut that's just like this. So what you will need to do is to make all of the folds. So you'll simply make all of the folds. So I fold across each piece simply like this, and fold the little flap in there. You're going to fold up both of the bottom pieces, and we're going to fold one of those flaps in. There are 2 flaps, and you can glue those 2 flaps together if you want a very strong box. So if you're intending not to sort of let it down flat afterwards, or you want a strong base, you can use both flaps. If you don't want both flaps, you simply cut that piece off, so you have an option there, so you can just attach the flap to it. So I'm just going to fold in the other flaps from this, and then we move on to the top, and this is my classic top. So you can fold these out, or you can fold them in, so you have 2 distinct different tops. If you fold it in, you get a beautiful look like this, which I will show you on the next video demonstration. But for this main one, we're going to just fold them out, because we're wanting to make it look a slight bit different. So I'm just going to fold each of these out along the fold lines. And as you can see, I don't need to use a bone folder or anything like that. All of the lines have been impressed in, nice and simple, just like that. So all you'll then do is add power tape to the tabs, and I have one here I've already done. So I've added 6mm power tape, which has been sized exactly to fit, and we're going to put the box together. So reveal all of your tape, and if you're not using power tape, you want to use a strong red line tape to do this. You can use a wet glue, but using a wet glue you do have to peg it to wait for it to go off. So I find that power tape is the strongest, and all the samples that we've made have all been made with that. And the width of that actual flap, as I said, is 6mm, so it will fit your 5 and 6 inch tapes. So all I'm going to do is pick it up in the air, fold the first flap over, and put point to point. Simple. Take the next flap, point to point, and we have 1/2 done. Turn the next one over, and again point to point to meet those points up. We simply again do the same with the last one. So we effectively have 2 halves of the box. We're simply then going to close the box and press in the middle, and you can pop it down flat or pop your hand in to make sure that's nicely stuck. And then we simply need to close that box like that, and it's done and sealed. And there is your hexagonal lantern box done. Obviously we've made all of the folds here on the top, so all we need to do is to thread ribbon through, or cord, or baker's twine, or anything that you want to do on that. So I'm just going to cut this to a long point, start at any point and push it through the 2 holes, making sure you pull. If you struggle, you can use a bradawl, or you could use a large embroidery needle to pull your ribbon through. And just make sure you pull plenty through. It's very hard to pull it through at the end. So as we're going through, pull about half of the ribbon through, going around each piece nice and slowly, just like this. So I'm going through each set of holes, pulling the ribbon. And because the holes have been die cut, they are very strong, so they take this being pulled and tugged. So you don't have to worry about that. I know when we actually put a hole punch and we hole punch through into card, then it can weaken it. But because these have been die cut, the edges have been chamfered. So I'm going to go through into the last set of holes. Just make sure I tighten up anywhere I've left it loose. So I'm just pulling through each little bit to make sure it's nice and loose, nice and tight, sorry, and pull that together. We simply then tie a knot and pull tightly. And what that will do is close that up completely, giving us a beautiful gift box that's perfect for everything. We can then tie a bow, just like that. I've got here a little collection of our glass beads. I thought they'd look perfect on top. So these are the glass stamens. So I'm just going to tie those in. And I will probably, if I was using this box to close up, or just for an example, I would put some of the 3D glue gel into that. But I want this to be able to be open. So I'm just going to tie that off. Tie a second bow to neaten that. And then finish off by making a couple of little fishtails on the end of the ribbon. And there you have your beautiful gift box lantern, made very quickly and very simply.